Hey guys, welcome back to a new Let's Play. I am starting a whole new series and I'm actually so excited for this one. I'm not much of an occult player, but I've always wanted to play with occults more, and I think this is a really good excuse. And I have a little storyline in my head, and I'm just going to try to play it out. So, welcome to the Occult Legacy. I'm calling it Legacy, it's not Legacy, but the Occult Let's Play. And so we have a fun cast of characters today that I think you guys are going to be really excited to meet. So we'll start with who's in the front right now. So we got Pua. He is a mermaid. He's actually more on the evil side. We'll get into his background later, but he is definitely the least liked person of everyone that lives in this house. And he is, like I said, he's a mermaid. We'll get to see his mermaid form later. But I have the expanded mermaid mod, which adds a bunch of stuff to the mermaid. So he's going to be a little evil, a little sea witch warlock at the same time. This is Julie. She is our spellcaster of the house. She's real sweet. She has a little cat over here named Pippa. That is her familiar. She has recently just became a spellcaster, so she's very much still figuring it out. Pua is also pretty new to the mermaid life. He kind of grew up as a mermaid, but now he's kind of exploring more the evil side. So he doesn't really have any abilities or anything yet. He's still kind of figuring it out. She basically knows nothing. She knows 0 spells. She did get to level 2, but I'm pretty sure she knows like nothing. Like, we're going to open her spell book. Yeah, she knows nothing, but she is so excited to figure it out. And now we're going to move over to Crane Masters. They are the werewolf of our household. They are also very, very, very new to the werewolf life, like to the point where they have nothing. They just have the base level. They don't work because they're a little bit too scared of the werewolf life. And Crane and Julie have bonded over the fact that they're both so new to the occult world and their abilities and how they're going to explore it. This is Casandra. She is a strong businesswoman and a vampire, a good vampire. She kind of has almost kind of become the mother of the household simply because she is older. She's done it for a little bit. She's not super experienced. She's a prime vampire. So she's really in the prime of her life. And she's still also figuring things out, and especially after being forced to move into this household, which with basically a bunch of children to her. She's really trying to figure out what's next for her in life, and she is a good vampire, so she has a lot of guilt over feeding over people and using her abilities on people. I haven't decided if she's a vampire by choice or if she just happened to become one. We'll explore that story more. Crane is definitely not a werewolf by choice. This was something that was brought upon them that they didn't want. And then finally, the one I'm most excited for is Freya Hahn. She is a fairy, also relatively new to her abilities. My idea is that maybe they've been dormant for a while, then recently came to life. She doesn't really have any experience in her fairy form. She's very much figuring out what she wants to be. I think she's gonna be more of an earth and nature fairy, but this is also a mod that I will be linking below that I'm really excited to explore together. So the idea of this Let's Play is basically a government agency or something has been corralling all the magical creatures in the world and kind of forcing them to kind of live together. They want to keep an eye on them. And so this is where all these cast of characters have come in. Most of them like barely know each other. Some of them dislike each other. So I'm still figuring out how I want to tell this story. And like, it may be like every couple episodes or like one every episode I kind of concentrate more on one character the whole time. And then everyone else just kind of is doing their stuff in the background. Or maybe I'll do all of them at the same time. But I definitely am most excited to be exploring this fairy mod pack. So I didn't build this house, but I did furnish all of the inside basically. But I'll have all the creators of all the Sims and also of the house. This is Julie's room. This is Cassandra's room. She's a little vampire. We have a bathroom up here. In the garage, we have Crane's room. They like to be kind of separate from everyone and have a way out in case they go into fury mode, which I've never actually played with a werewolf in fury mode, so I'm quite excited. Here's a little Pippa's little spot, and then we also have this bedroom that I'm probably going to end up changing for Pua. He has his own little bedroom, and then as you can see, there's not a bedroom for Freya because she actually sleeps in this little house over here. We may add a bed for her at some point, simply because I don't think we can speed through the nighttime with her sleeping in this house, but We will see. Crane is having breakfast. It's still pretty early in the morning. It's actually spring break, or I mean summer vacation, so I'm not even sure if anyone... It looks like no one's working this week, which is, I guess, fine. Because basically only one person has like a legit job, and it is Casandra. Crane is a painter and also likes to work with like flowers, like making bouquets and stuff. So we're going to explore that. So Julie wants to make jewelry, magical jewelry that she can charge and use. Pua's just doing his own little thing. Freya is a freelance gardener, so she's going to be selling her crops, and then it works in business, Casandra does. So Freya's going to get to know all these rabbits, talk about vegetables, socialize, tell a joke. And what I think is so funny, so there's something called power sources. I'm not sure how they actually work in the mod, but it's basically like Freya could take power sources from around the world just to kind of become like more, I guess, like powerful. I need to like look actually what it does more. But what's so funny, I think, is that like power source, you could draw power from fauna, which is like animals, nature, whatever, but also fire for some odd reason. For the rabbits, you can draw fire from them. So that just like, what does that mean? What does it mean for a rabbit to like, you can draw magic from a rabbit? Looks like Cassandra's look at the sky. I am really scared you're just gonna like die. Not from the sky, but from the sun, because she is like, she's not immune to the sun yet. I'm hoping to get to that at some point. Forget where. Don't you have to be like kind of high? Sun resistance. Like she has to get up a little bit before she can actually be immune to the sun. So Pua seems to also be grabbing some food, which is great. And then maybe we'll have Pua run to the water, and I could show you guys his kind of creepy mermaid look. And we're also going to have him at some point start practicing sea magic. So we're going to have to go, I'm pretty sure we have to go to Sulani and like look around for this grimoire spellbook thing. But do you have... Oh my gosh, Freya doesn't even have her spellbook yet. Okay, maybe we should work on that. So Freya, we're going to have her go and visit the fairy world, because we have to go get a magic book, basically, for her to use to learn more about her abilities and what she is. So we're in this Sylvian glade. She has to go to the bathroom, which doesn't look great since we're not anywhere near a restroom. Like, I don't think there is one here. Yeah, there very much is not. But let's look around for the other fairies. We got a fairy here. Okay, this is who we need to talk to. Ask for a fairy handbook. We can try to make this quick, because then we have to go back home. So quickly, can you get a fairy handbook? Okay, I got one. Okay. Now we're gonna rush home because she really has to go potty. So let's just have you practice some practical magic. You're angry because you feel like you're getting watched. Oh, one of them is nosy. I think it may be Julie, if I remember. She seems to be... Oh, she's hot-headed, so she's just kind of angry just to be angry kind of vibe. Oh, Julie is a nosy sim. So Julie's a nosy sim. In a world of secrets and snooping, nosy sims thrive. That's great. Cool. We love to see that. At some point, we need her to like go and find some crystals so she can start making some jewelry and trying to make a little bit of money, since we do need money to live. And luckily, we have like a pretty good starting price. Like the government gave them some money when they forced them to relocate to this home. He was already asleep. It's only 3 p.m. in the afternoon, bud. Let's check on Crane. Let's see how he's doing. His fury is about halfway full. How do you... Fury's constant is hastened by temperaments, preferences, werewolf abilities, and the full moon. So when is the next full moon? So Crane does want to level up to a runt, so I think we're going to have them go to Moonwood Mills soon. They are, like I said, they're very new to the werewolf world and have like zero control over their abilities. But at the same time, like I really need to decide who I want to concentrate on this episode. So maybe... Since we already started with Freya, let's like kind of concentrate on this episode on Freya. Freya is a new fairy, like I said. So let's have her open the fairy handbook and see what's in here. Okay, so the fairy handbook is very much like the spell book, where it has different things. So this is basically her level. She's a pixie, so she's inexperienced and ready to learn. Pixies are just starting their path, become a full-fledged fairy. And then she can get all the way up to an ethereal garden, which we'll learn about in a future date. So she has a bunch of magical abilities. Oh, there's difference between magical abilities, I guess. I guess these are more like perks. And then these are the spells. There are a crazy amount of spells, like more spells than you would ever think, which is great. So we'll explore those. But I guess let's have her practice some magic. Oh my gosh, our two little magicians working on their spells. Very cool. It's a little sad she hasn't learned any spells after she's been doing that for a little bit. How are you doing? You're good. You're reading. She wants to be a good vampire. So maybe let's start this a little bit. Let's use the computer to search for some information. I'm pretty sure we have a computer downstairs. Yeah, right here. Oh, Crane is using it. Sorry, Crane, but let's do... I guess I do want them to get better at painting because I want them to be an artist. So let's have you just like work on a medium painting. Let's make sure you can reach that. Okay, let's have you do the research. So I'm sorry if you guys can hear any. I live in New York, if you didn't know, and it's kind of loud outside my window right now. So did you learn something? Oh, Casandra unlocked a vampire tome. That's great. Cassandra's definitely challenged about her preconceived notions on werewolves. And who knew werewolves and dogs were so close? From now on, she isn't going to be quite so afraid of werewolves when they start doing their thing. That's good, because we don't want Casandra and Crane to hate each other. And right now they aren't super fond because, as we know, werewolves and vampires do not like each other. So they're not super fond of each other just yet. But I think when Casandra understands Crane's kind of fear towards their own ability, they will kind of learn to like each other a little bit. So you didn't learn any spells in that little thing, did you? I'm assuming not. So you didn't learn any spells in your little like time of practicing. You did not. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this nosy thing is like really real, huh? Okay, let's practice. Let's continue practicing magic. You're fine on your needs right now. How are you doing? You don't like being watched, and that's totally understandable. I think I get that. Crane has gotten a little better at painting. We love that. Oh, that's a really good first painting. Okay. So we're just going to put that in your inventory and we can sell that later. Who was napping in the middle of the day? I guess that's fine. Maybe he'll be more of a night owl. Cassandra will need a friend at night anyway because Cassandra does not get tired. She's a vampire. Freya is practicing her magic. Ability point. Amazing. Gain an ability point and can now select a new perk. Perks can be selected at the Giving Fairy statue or within her magic menu. So I'm pretty sure we do need a couple. Yeah, we need to like level up a little bit before we can start choosing these perks. And these are like the magical abilities that were in the book. I definitely want to maybe explore the Dryad and also the Sprite form, definitely, because she's going to be really into using her magic to help with the garden. And I definitely want Freya and Crane to get really close later on because Crane loves flowers and loves creating bouquets or wants to explore that path. And Freya can help out with that by growing flowers for them. So it's getting kind of later. Let's see how everyone's doing on their needs. You're practicing magic. How about when you're done with that, let's have you use... And I know Cassandra doesn't eat, but I think because she is kind of like the mother, quote unquote, of the household, she's gonna serve dinner a lot. So she's gonna cook something for everyone. She's not a great cook yet. Like, as you can see, she's still level 1, but she wants to get better because she has kind of started caring about everyone in the house. So we're gonna have her cook some soup. Oh, Freya's asleep. That's not your bed. We actually may need to give Freya a bed, but we are gonna largely have her try to sleep in the fairy house. So maybe if you're just gonna like chill for a little bit, let's have you nap. Sleep in fairy house. We also need her to get better flying because as of right now, she is not an amazing spellcaster, but she does come from a weak bloodline. So I think one of her grandparents was a spellcaster, but both her parents were not. And so when her dormant abilities were activated, she was like really surprised. And then government in this Sims world basically registers all magical creatures. And she had to go on the registry and was forced to live in this house, which is quite a nice house. Definitely not big. And maybe they'll move at some point. And maybe there is but possibly there is some kind of like hurt feelings about having to be forced to live somewhere away from your family just because of your abilities. I just read The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, which is very much about the same stuff, about like prejudice against magical creatures. And an amazing book, great author, highly recommend. The second one just came out. I will check it out at some point. So now let's have whoever is hungry. Anyone hungry? Are you hungry? You're not hungry, you're sleeping. You're pretty hungry. So while everyone's sleeping, we're actually going to have Pua travel to Sulani because I want him to start exploring this sea magic. Maybe we'll go to this park over here, and hopefully there's some like deep sea areas because I think we have to go dive deep in these deep sea areas to find this grimoire. At the same time, we'll also be able to level up some of our own abilities as a merman or mermaid. Let's dive deeper. When are you going to transform? There we go. Yeah, pretty cool look. So he's just going to swim. He's got to go kind of far, but luckily he is a mermaid, so he'll be able to swim faster. We're also going to build up our fitness skill and also our mermaid rank and XP, which is going to be how we're going to get some of our abilities. Oh, that's like less far than I thought it was. I thought it was a lot farther. So we'll get there in no time. So now we're diving deep. Hopefully we can find a grimoire. And maybe while he's doing that, because Cassandra's still going to be awake, we're going to bring her here because she needs to feed. And maybe it's best if she feeds on someone who does not live by her. So who are you? You're cute. You're also cute. There's a lot of cute guys over here. Oh, is this a mermaid? Oh, there's a whole... So I'm using a save file, which will also have in the description, that someone else built. I haven't really had a chance to explore it, so I didn't know they like pre-put a bunch of Sims. So we have our own mermaids here, so we're not the only mermaid. But we are sadly going to probably do this guy. Say, drink plasma. We're gonna do a small drink, and she's gonna feel real guilty about it because she wants to be a good vampire, but we don't have any plasma fruit yet. So I'm hoping someday we'll be able to explore that kind of avenue so she doesn't have to drink from people. She really hates it. Guilty drinker from taking plasma. And maybe we'll be able to start making some friends who will like let us drink plasma, but I don't see that happening. I know, you feel bad. What does this do? Alluring visage? Oh, that's just the make people fall in love with you, which I can also do that. Is this part of the park? Oh. Who are you? Peter Valor, Annabelle Cobalt. He is taking it out. Maybe I should drink plasma from him. He's like kind of mean. Oh my gosh. They're both so violent. This little girl. Oh my gosh. I just saw these two people and now you're taking a selfie? Annabelle. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Let me go say hi. Try to cheer you up. Wait, that was so mean. Did you guys see that? I'm so sorry. I can repair it too. I'll do that. Illumination in the darkness. Pua was scouring the deepest depths of the ocean floor when spotted a glowing object almost completely buried in the rocks. With curious caution, dug into it and brushed off the silt, realizing the object was a special kind of conch shell. It glowed with bioluminescence, and Pua could feel a strong energy radiating from it. Perhaps we can take a closer look at land to see what other interesting properties it may have. That's interesting, but that's not what we need. So I am going to have you do it again, because it's not like you're that tired. I am just trying to like get up her power skills. Oh, we actually have more points that we can use. Okay, let's take a look. We had these probably from earlier and I just didn't notice. So we got the vampiric. We are already using that. I do like this one. This one's good. And I guess we can do cast hallucination. Pua has developed the moon spell weakness. Under the light of the moon will be susceptible to an entrancement that can have unpredictable and potentially dangerous effects on the powers. Okay, that's interesting. And he has reached mermaid XP level 2. One more is required to gain a perk. Okay. So the moon will affect him. That's interesting because now we're going to have two people. We're going to have both Pua and Crane who are affected by the light of the moon. Nestled in an alcove in a deep sea system, Pua found a beautiful ornate chest with gold trimming. The extravagant case looked completely unaffected by the abrasive salt water, sparkling despite the lack of light. Pua managed to pry the chest open and found a singular book neatly inside. He couldn't bear to leave it behind. Did we find the grimoire? Poseidon's grimoire. Poseidon's grimoire. This text found at the bottom of the sea is filled with mystical runes and passages written in a dead language. It's a mystery how it could stay pristine for so long underwater, but perhaps a closer look will reveal it. Okay, let's examine. Can we examine in the water? Probably not. Okay. I love that Casandra just like kind of low-key loves the water. Take a look. Look at that beautiful moon. Oh, that's his like moonstruck thing. Okay, wait. So Moonstruck, who has become entranced by the light of the moon, be careful as his hypnotic state can have unpredictable effects on his powers. Pua discovered that this tome is an ancient artifact, would recognize these symbols of Poseidon anywhere. It appears to be some sort of spellbook filled with incantations and rituals, comprehensible only by the most talented sorcerers. Pua has learned how to interpret the incantations, and Poseidon's grimoire can now decipher the spells and rituals contained in the book, but won't be able to perform them until sings a special melody written on the first page. According to the grimoire, Pua must wade into the sea and sing Poseidon's incantation while the moon is overhead. A transformation will take place, granting Pua amazing powers. So let's go here. I am in... Can I sing it? How do I do that? Sing. I like want to do it. We just gain experience as a mermaid to select a perk. Can continue to perform mermaid activities, build rank, and unlock more impressive perks, or can choose one from the mermaid pie menu. Oh, here we go. Let's try this. Okay. Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was cool. So we got something. What was that? Did it say? Discovered sea sorcery. Pua has learned the sea sorcery skill, an essential asset for becoming a fully powerful sea witch. Studying from Poseidon's grimoire, brewing potions at the sea witch's cauldron, and performing spells are just a few ways to advance his mystical skill. With enough practice, Pua will be a force that rivals Poseidon himself. He's already on his exploration of abilities, so that's great. So how about let's get his first magic. So we have Sea Witch now, and we have Mermaid. Let's go to perks now that we can pick one. I'm thinking I want to do something one of these, because these are like a little boring. This one could be good. There is a body of water near where we live that he could be sleeping in, so this could be good, but that may be something I want later. So maybe we'll do cryokinesis. He is like a white mermaid, like he's pale white, so maybe ice is like his ability. So we have a couple spells we can learn, so maybe we'll do this one just while we're here, and then we can head home. He has learned the meager monsoon spell, conjure a storm over the head of a sim to give their day a little precipitation. I wonder if one of those, like, these teens and the beating up. Okay, this is perfect timing. I'm hoping I can use spells on, yes I can, okay. Okay, let's have you do this and then go home, eat, and we'll call it a day for you. See, that's what you get. Yeah, that's what you get for beating that bear. I don't know what's with these teenagers. Okay, now we're cooking something here. So I guess we're gonna eat here, which is fine. And now he's got tidal energy. So let's read about that. So the sea is a powerful force of nature, feared by many and respected by most. Sea witches have a deep connection to the ocean and draw their energy from the tides. In order to use their powers and maintain their connection, they must frequently swim in the sea or meditate beneath the moon for a quick boost. All right, that's easy enough for us. All right, let's check on Crane now that we're home. Crane is fine. You're fine. You really gotta stay inside, girl, so we can get you immune to the sun, which will probably be a bit. So you're back in bed. You are a daytime sleeper. I'm curious what that's about. The moon spell that enchanted Pua's vocal cords have expired and voices returned to its normal quality. Okay, so we got two people in this household who are affected by the moon. So it seems like everyone is eating. So I think I'm going to call this the end of the first episode. I'm really excited to explore these abilities and these people more. Why is there a plasma pack right there? I do not know. But I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are excited too. And we can walk through some of the mods I have and all that kind of stuff. So I will see you guys in the next one.